Hello and welcome back to Pin My Podfic. This is the reading of I'll Bleed Wherever I Want to Bitch, Chapter 13 by TanaraRay. And I'm back at it again in my closet because apparently everyone's out of the house and I can finally bury myself in my tiny ass closet to record. So yeah, I'm kind of asphyxiating myself in this thing, and I'm not in the best position where airflow is not easiest right now. So if anything sounds wrong, yeah, that's it. That's the reason. Now let's get on with the chapter. Katsuki flops down on his bed and tries to ignore the pit in his stomach. The shower helped for maybe a minute. Then everything went cold and numb again. He hates it. He wants the white-hot rage back. He wants the sparks, the explosions, not this empty void where his anger is supposed to be. The sparring helped, made him concentrate on something else, lit up the rage again. But now, nothing. Empty void, endless space, to let his doubts have a real nice merry-go-round. What if Duke is right? That's it. It's that simple. What if he can't go back? What if he's stuck here? What if he'll never know? Did he do it? Did it work? Will they live? In the end, if he was dead, he wouldn't know either. But he'd be dead. He wouldn't be lying here like this. He wouldn't fucking know, but he wouldn't have to know either. He wouldn't have to anything. That's the whole fucking point. All of this felt better when he was mad enough to blow shit up. The room's walls looked like someone rolled around a bucket of black paint. There are soot stains from his sparks all over the white. Good fucking metaphor for his mind right now. Empty with a dash of destruction for flavor. Because it boils down to him not being dead. He wouldn't be having this problem right now if his little suicide mission actually fulfilled its fucking purpose. Can't even fucking die right. Fuck. Why? He feels the hot sting of tears in his eyes and curses his inability to turn it into rage, into anything more productive than crying like a little bitch. And it's not even silent tears, not even the numb kind his body could have had the decency to settle on. No, everything is allowed to be numb except for his tears. The first tears fall, and then the first sobs come. And Katsuki buries his face into the sheets. He curls up and tries to breathe, tries to work his way through the sobs, tries to stifle them into the blanket. It only makes everything worse. Makes him heave loudly. Lets little pitiful fucking pathetic sounds escape his throat. Why? Is the only thought on his mind. The root of all problems. Why is this happening? All of it. The war, the fight, his death, the transport, the people, the talks, this literal fucking breakdown. Why is he crying? He's been keeping it together for so fucking long. He's been doing fine all this fucking time. So fine, all fine, always fine, only fine, never perfect, never fucking enough. Fuck. He breaks in his throat halfway through, painfully, but it's satisfying. It's way more satisfying than silently heaving his sobs into the soaked fabric beneath his cheek. So he does it again. Fuck! The next sob comes out with a growl behind it. Too loud, too much, too strong in this silent room, and the empty. But it's not numb. It's almost anger, almost rage, warm, also hot, almost hot. But he needs boiling. He needs something to burn away the cold and empty, something other than this. So too loud, too much. That's all he's ever been always. This is his breakdown. He might as well put his everything behind it. He sits up, crawls into his own knees and grits his sobs into his knees. grits out the fucking pathetic sound with content behind them, with rage and pain and everything he has to fill that void. It scratches in his throat and burns in his lungs and sends spasms through his stomach. But it's something. It hurts, but that's better than the hopeless fucking void in his chest cavity. Everything is better than that. The next sob is a scream. It has everything behind it. It's definitely loud enough to be heard outside, but Katsuki couldn't give a fuck less right now. The only thing on his mind is, why? And more, and please. Fuck, he's desperate. It's so bitter, almost bitter enough to make him laugh. He's fucking crying, screaming, and sobbing in his fucking bed like a fucking maniac because, what? He can't go home? Like a fucking child crying for mommy? He's supposed to be the number one hero, not this sobbing, desperate weakling. Fucking worthless. He lets his hands wander to his head, lets them curl up and curl into his hair and pull. It's better than the alternative, better than risking losing control of his quirk while his fingernails dig into his arms, better than having to wear long sleeves to avoid weird stares. His scalp burns, but pain isn't the problem here. Pain has somehow become the objective, and if he was in a different mental state right now, maybe he'd examine that a little closer. But he isn't. No, he's still sobbing, but now his voice is fucked, and his screams have died down into cracked groans again. Now his muscles are tired and his eyelids are heavy, but the void is gone. So is the rage and the desperation. But at least he's not numb anymore. Instead, there's an unnamed feeling. It's uneasy. In no way calm or satisfied. It's not comfortable, but neither was it the emptiness. It feels like a bit like anxiety, but there's less of an urgency to it. Maybe it has a tinge of hopelessness. His face feels sticky, his head hurts. He's tired and achy and limp, and there's no fire left. No spark, nothing. It's all out, gone, not even hovering. Just there, and gone, and not a single trace left. Just ready to build up again over the course of years. Fucking pathetic. It was satisfying in the moment, but it left a bitter aftertaste. He forgoes his wet, crusty blanket and curls up practically on the pillow. He doesn't know how long his little bitch episode lasted, but he knows the blinds are drawn and he doesn't have school tomorrow. Fuck sleep schedules. He should be dead anyways. He wakes up pretty much the way he went to sleep. Crusty, heavy, uncomfortable, and with an uneasy feeling. But there's a sense of determination too. Or maybe not determination. That sounds too positive, too nice. This is a thirst for revenge. He needs to make the person who did this to him feel the same. Needs to see if yesterday was justified. If there's really no way back, and maybe, just maybe, he wants someone else's blood under his fingernails for a change. Wants someone else to deal with this for a bit. Yesterday can't happen again. Yesterday was a loss of control. So spectacularly pathetic, it's embarrassing to think about. Yesterday has to be some kind of consequence to him being a teenager, because that was in no way a warranted crash out a normal, healthy adult would have. No, not that he's delusional enough to think he's normal or healthy, but he is in no way damaged enough for that. He's fine. Yes, he's fine and ready to find the bastard who did this to him. His body was stable enough to survive a spar with Red Hood. It'll have to do for the actual fucker responsible for this. He rolls out of the bed and grabs sturdy-looking clothes out of the closet. He needs to know how far his so-called freedom here reaches, and he wants to train. Today will be productive, or he'll explode and use his newly acquired crash-out skills on the people around him. A short shower and a quick check of his healing process later, he pulls open the blinds to reveal the sun. So it is actually the next day. Wow. Seems like he had a lot of sleep to catch up on. Still does, really, if the perpetual fatigue is anything to go off of. When he reaches the entrance hall again, he hears laughter in the kitchen. One high voice and a cackle that is sharply reminiscent of a dying hyena. Turns out to be a red-haired woman and Nightwing who is in civvies, but also really fucking recognizable by that creepy-ass grin. If Katsuki's mood was shit before, it's worse than the Gotham sewers now. They both turn around when he comes in, and it's a bit suspicious how quick their laughter cuts off. Katsuki checked after his shower that there wouldn't be any physical signs of his breakdown anymore. So both of them looking like that is highly alarming. He refuses to call it worry. "Hey kid, want something to eat?" Nightwing breaks the silence with a grin that would pass if Katsuki didn't see the slight strain in the corner of his mouth. He knows something, but what? Still, Katsuki nods. He completely ignores the man's companion and instead goes for the fridge. If he wants good, nutritious food, he'll probably have to do this himself, judging by the cereal bowls on the counter. There's not much, and it's all Western food, but he'll have to make do here. 3 drawers and a cabinet later, he finally found a knife, a cutting board, and some vegetables. He studiously ignores the awkward silence spreading behind him and gets started on an avocado. Let's let those fuckers stew in it. He's not here to make anything easier on them. "My name is Corey," the woman says. "Who are you?" He scoffs. "Bet your friend over there already told you all about me." "No, he didn't. Don't worry. I know about the family business. You don't need to hide anything," Corey says, all soft and reassuring and shit. "Family business? That's what y'all call it?" Katsuki scoffs. "Fucking dramatic bitches." The weird, soft tinkle takes a bit to register as a laugh. "Oh, he's like Jason, isn't he? All that contempt for dramatics, but probably not much better himself." She giggles. Honest to God giggles. The fuck kind of weirdo is that? "So what's your shtick, if you know about the family business and all that?" he asked, only half mocking. She doesn't look all that real according to the standards of this dimension. A bit too much color, a bit too bright, like a fucking clownfish. "I'm from another planet called Tamaran. I'm technically a med after this planet's standards due to my special abilities, for example, enhanced strength," she explains. "So, an alien. You're an alien." Okay, yeah, why not? Weirder shit is happening. Actually, doesn't he technically count as an alien? He's from a different planet. He's obviously genetically different. Fuck, is he an alien? I suppose yes. Although the term has uncomfortable connotations, I prefer not to be labeled as other, especially because I have been passing as human for years now. Clownfish confirms. "So nobody knows you're an alien, or like an extraterrestrial or whatever." "We are called Tamaranians, and no, they don't. But what about you? Are you human?" she asks, even sounding genuinely curious, like he could be an alien or extraterrestrial or something. "Fucking obviously. The fuck you asking for?" He shoves his cut up vegetables into a bowl he liberated from the cabinet and grabs a fork. Then he turns around to finally look at them again, only to find them both at the table and staring at him, like creepily, with smiles and shit. Fucking psychos. "Oh, you don't look like humans here usually do. Your hair is very interesting," she comments. Ah, fuck. That's a thing that's happening. When he looked after the shower, his hair had a solid few inches of blonde at the roots. It doesn't not look natural, but it also doesn't fit this universe's genetic standards. So she obviously assumed he's not from here, which is right in a sense. "I'm from another universe. I'm blonde. It's growing in." he explains curtly and drops in the chair furthest from Nightwing. Oh, a universe hopper. Is that why your English is so diverse? Is it different from there? Is it different over there? I'm Japanese. My English is basically self-taught. He mutters into his cucumber slice. Oh, you must be very smart. Japanese and English are very different. I'm glad us Tamaranians learn languages so easily. Katsuki can feel his cheeks heating up just the slightest fucking bit. The praise just sounded so genuine. Like, hell yes, some well-deserved appreciation of his skill here. But also, someone else recognizes he's smart, that there's thought in here, not just violence. Of course I fucking am, he deflects. If they notice his blush, nobody is leaving this room alive. I don't think it's a given. I know many people who wouldn't be able to learn fluent English. Not everyone is as genius as this family, Clownfish muses. All earnestly and shit. Genius? These are all absolute morons, he scoffs. They are some of the smartest people I've met in my life. I would have thought someone like you would fit in well. Someone like me? The fuck that's supposed to mean? Someone smart with an interesting background? Oh, damn. Does this woman know how to be mean at all? Yeah, well, I'm not a psychopath, so there's the problem. A psychopath? Isn't that a personality disorder? I don't think anyone here has a personality disorder. There's only trauma. Nightwing chokes on his glass of water behind her and starts hacking into his elbows. Do you have any filter at all? Yes, I do. I just think that honesty would be beneficial here. Oh, a smart person with common sense. How rare, but welcome here. You're fucking right. Hear that, creep? Katsuki says, giving Nightwing a look. TM. His name is Richard. Has he lied to you? No, I haven't. He just doesn't like me for some reason. Nightwing chimes in. For some reason? You're basically holding me hostage. We told you 1,000,000 times. You're free to go whenever you want. So I could leave right now? Just walk out of the door and not come back? As fucking if. Yeah, if that's what it takes to get you to understand that we don't want to harm you, yes. Oh, that was not the expected outcome of that conversation. Just to make sure, and maybe a little bit out of principle, he gets up and walks towards the entrance hall. Bowl of vegetables still in hand. Miraculously, they don't stop him, don't even follow him. Just stay there and watch him go. Well, how far does this leash reach? He opens the front door and steps out into the cold. Still nothing. He eats a piece of tomato. Contemplates. On a scale from 1 to 10, how embarrassing would it be to turn back right now? 'Cause it's really fucking cold out. And Katsuki didn't dress for an excursion through Antarctica this morning. Fuck it, even if it's 10, those bitches have no room to judge. He's still injured. He's allowed to be a pussy for once. He turns around, closes the door behind him, and shuffles back into the kitchen, studiously ignoring the peanut gallery. So, now that you've checked, are we good? Nightwing asks. What's your name? Katsuki shoots back. Calling him by his hero name is getting old, especially because it's actually fucking good, like all fancy and shit. May not fit him, but at least it sounds epic. I'm Dick, he grins. Katsuki blinks. What? Dick Grayson, or like Richard if you want to be fancy, but I prefer Dick. Are you fucking real right now? Dick, like, as in cock? Dick? My English isn't failing me right now. You willingly go by genitalia? Clownfish bursts out laughing, and Grayson snorts. Yes, Dick as in cock. It's a shortening of Richard. Don't ask me who came up with it. I've been using it since before I even knew what it meant. An idiot. He's a fucking idiot. How much were you bullied in school? Grayson smiles. A lot. For many different reasons. I'm Romani, for example. And I had an accent when I came here, and my parents died when I was 9. They had a lot of ammunition. Oh, fuck. Shouldn't have asked. What did he fucking expect? Of course the man who reminds him of Deku was bullied. Of course. Yeah, sorry or whatever. You got any trauma you want to share with the class? He says sardonically, turning to Clownfish. My sister enslaved me once in exchange for a piece. What about you? Filters, for fuck's sake. Filters. Suddenly, honesty doesn't sound all that appealing anymore. I'm not sharing that shit with you. Fuck that. I ain't pulling out my whole tragic backstory for you just 'cause you did, he scoffs. That was in no way my whole backstory, but this is not a competition, so I'll let that slide. Just me and my family, we're multi-dimensional people. Many of us are traumatized and definitely flawed, so just please give us chances. We won't immediately get everything right. We want to try, okay? Damn. That was a fucking setup. But fuck if he isn't right. Katsuki, of all people, knows. He knows what flawed means. He knows what trauma can do to people, and he knows about second chances. And maybe these people deserve them. Todd turned out to be kind of okay. Purple is. Signal is an asshole, but he seems like a normal asshole at least. So maybe Grayson can be fine too? If he's friends with both Barbara Gordon and this Curry, then he can't be too bad. Most women have a sense of that for that shit. If a man is a bastard, like round chicks and ponytail always knew if some creepy looking dude on the subway was an actual creep or just weird as fuck. So maybe he can give Grayson a try. Fuck, Deku gave him another chance, and Katsuki was the fucking worst to him. Grayson didn't do half of what Katsuki did. He honestly doesn't really have the right to deny him one here, does he? Yeah, whatever, just don't tie me up in some corner and we're like, fine, I guess, he sighs. And that was the end of this chapter by TanaraRay from, of course, I'll Bleed Wherever I Want to, bitch. And just gotta say, I only read fanfiction and some of the comics, so I do not know how to pronounce this. I plan to watch like Teen Titans or Young Justice before, but I never got around to watching it. And the only ever Teen DC, you know, that I've actually gotten to be able to watch was like, I don't know, Teen Titans Go, because that's what they aired on Spanish TV. So like, I don't know how to pronounce a lot of stuff, but I know like some stuff. I know how to pronounce some of that, but not all of it. So if someone can give me the how you say it phonetically, like the phonetically how you say the word, I'd be glad. Please give me that. Please, I need to know how to pronounce this shit. And anyways, have a whatever good time of the day it is, and I guess hydrate or die straight, and bye.